What's up, guys? This is Zarek. Just checking in. I think I'm like on day 4 or 5 of my new goal, obviously, of hitting 365 days of sobriety off alcohol. But also, I signed up to one of my online mentors, which is Annie Grace, who I've been following for a while, and I'm on her 30-day no alcohol experiment, which I've obviously already done 30 days in the past recently. This is my first time doing her program. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to do that too. It's really cool. She sends you emails every few days and basically helps you, stay on point. I just want to let you guys know about her book, This Naked Mind. It's really great. So my thoughts on her book, it's an amazing book. It gets really in depth with sobriety and what alcohol does to your brain and how it deadens your pleasure centers, and eventually when people drink, they drink just to get pleasure, then eventually there is no pleasure, their tolerance is so high because the brain naturally wants to reach equilibrium, and that happens with any drug. So whatever drug you're doing, whatever it is really pointless, because eventually in the end it's not going to even give you whatever effect it initially gave you. Her book just has a ton of science about that, which really helped me. And you need to read it multiple times. I have it on Audible, so sometimes I'll go to certain chapters that really are pertaining and what really work for me. And what really works for me is understanding what it does to me chemically in the brain. What helps for me is understanding that it really doesn't help relieve stress, and understanding the underlying subconscious belief, because we all have a battle with society, because society projects alcohol to be this great thing. So even if outwardly, consciously we go, we don't want to do this, like, why are we doing this? Somehow we get it back into the loop. So I would say understanding that, and understanding cognitive bias, and understanding those things make a huge difference. And for me, understanding that alcohol really wasn't relieving any of my stress, and it actually was causing more stress with a thing they call dynorphine or something, which is your body basically trying to self-regulate itself from the excessive chemical release of, I think, dopamine or something, and your brain is basically like, what the hell's going on. So that's crazy to know, and to eventually that if you keep drinking on that, keep binging, and over time it'll cause you to have less and less pleasure in your daily life, and that's horrible. So someone like me, I would drink, to try to curb anxiety or depression when I was going through something, and not realizing that, that's not really helping at all. I thought that was helping, but even if for that moment it blacks you out, over time it'll no longer do that, and over time you get no pleasure, and over time your problems will continue to mount. So if you're drinking to try to cope with any depression, anxiety, or stress, it's the wrong way to go. Figure out other alternative, healthier ways to deal with this. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on Annie Grace. I love her. I really enjoy her work. It's really helped me out a lot. So guys, if you're out here watching, you guys obviously might have heard of her. There are a few people out there like her and Greg Beck that I've studied, or CG Kid, who have like long-term experience, long-term sobriety. And a lot of them, I think at least 2 of them did it spontaneously. So I really think that's cool, this spontaneous sobriety, and because that's something I'm into. I'm not really a fan of AA, and there's been studies that show 70%, like, people who quit spontaneously and just decide to choose to quit have an extremely high rate of getting sober. But I think usually it's because they decide on those things, and they change their subconscious opinion on alcohol. So I think the best way to change it subconsciously is just with facts, fast-baked knowledge, and being like, well, and basically disproving all that crap that society wants to tell us. And once you understand that, and once you get over, the 14-day kind of kick, you're no longer chemically addicted, I think you're cool. So I'm gonna end this video now. I'm just giving my thoughts on Annie Grace's work, and hit me up with any comments below, you guys. Thanks.